everybody for coming to this press conference. This press conference was organized for a very special event for recognition for two good Samaritans who I believe did exactly what they were supposed to. They got involved when they saw that something had gone wrong, and they came to the assistance of two victims in the downtown area. On June 22nd at about 2:15 in the afternoon, Mrs. Isidra Asuna and Maria Trevino were in downtown Modesto, walking in the alley adjacent to the Wells Fargo Bank on 12th Street. At that time, as they were walking up the alley, two teenage suspects approached them from behind. They grabbed their purses and during the struggle forced one of the women to the ground. This despicable crime is unacceptable, and I think that Mr. Mike Brunn and Mr. Anthony Tobias both saw it that way as well. They came to the assistance of both of the women who were screaming after the attack, and as they saw the two suspects running with the purses, Mr. Brunn was the first to see this occur and didn't miss a beat. When he noticed that this despicable crime had occurred, he began running after the two suspects. He was able to catch the 17-year-old suspect a few moments later, along with Mr. Anthony Tobias. And during the struggle, Mr. Tobias suffered a small laceration to his eye, which we believe to have been caused by the suspect elbowing him. I don't think he felt that injury at the time in the heat of the moment. He was doing the right thing, as was Mr. Brunn, and we definitely appreciate that. The second suspect was caught nearby near the intersection of 9th and L Street by one of our undercover units after a short foot pursuit. We're thankful to say that both of the persons were recovered, returned to their rightful owners, and this presentation is designed to recognize the exemplary efforts by Mr. Brunn and Mr. Tobias. Chief of Police Mike Harden would like to say a few words about their actions. Chief Harden.
Thanks, Brian. I appreciate that. Well, thanks for attending. This is a big deal to us. And Mike and Anthony, as a department, we wanted to know that we appreciate, as well as the victims of this heinous crime, appreciate your efforts. You didn't have to do what you did, but we sure do appreciate it. You know, it's been studied for years. Why do people commit crime? Are they a product of their environment? Are they brought up that way? Or do they learn a life of crime? And frankly, we'll never know why people do what they do. And but I know that you didn't have to do what you did. I know you could have been a good witness. You could have given us a description, and I would have liked to say that the crime would have ultimately been solved. But let's be honest, as time goes on, memories fade, and the ability to identify a suspect becomes diminished. And so, your efforts to capture these individuals, chase them down, hold them until law enforcement arrived is a big deal. It means you care. And Modesto is a great city, but we're better because of the efforts of Anthony Tobias and Mike Brunn. I'm absolutely confident of that. So, Anthony, why don't you tell us who you're here with today? Who's with you?
Actually, with my family. I have my dad, Brand Tobias, my mother, Gloria Tobias, my little sister, Ruthie, my little brother, Aaron, my little sister, Tiffany, and my little sister, Valerie.
Very well. Let's give him a hand. You raised a brave son.
Thank you.
And Mike, who's with you?
My dad, Charlie, the little guy over there on the corner. My mom, Mary. My wife, Cindy. My cousin, Kristen. And my two cousins, Garrett and Connor.
Thank you very much. Thanks for coming. We appreciate it. Before we acknowledge you with a commendation from the chief, and the mayor's here, by the way, Mayor Reitner also wants to take a moment out of his busy day and let you know how much he appreciates all that you've done. Would you have any comments? Would you like to say something?
Yes, I would. First of all, I just want to say thank you to my family for coming and supporting me. I also want to thank the Modesto Police Department Chief for recognizing me and Mike Brunn. And quite honestly, I don't, feel like a hero or some superhero, as a lot of people are saying, but I just saw the opportunity to help somebody, and I just chose to act on that opportunity. Really, if it wasn't for Mike, I feel what had transpired today wouldn't have happened at all. He was the one that I was chasing him through the alley. They ran in my direction, and I decided to assist him. And I'm also thankful that the two senior citizens were able to get their property back. And I just feel that as a community, when we come together like that, because criminals, a lot of times they're emboldened by no action at all with the community. If there's crime going on and people are just watching, not really acting upon it, not really trying to do anything, they're emboldened by that. So as a community, when we pull together, I feel that when they see that, they'll think twice about what they're going to do. But again, I just want to thank my family and the Modesto Police Department for this recognition. And also, I'd like to point out, she wasn't here, but my girlfriend is here to support me as well.
I'd just like to thank everybody for the recognition. It certainly wasn't necessary. And I want to thank Anthony for doing all the hard work and taking the bruises. And I'm glad that both of these young ladies weren't hurt, and they both got their purses back. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
I want to thank everybody for coming, and the reason I came over here, so nobody, do the same thing they did to us. And thanks these two gentlemen over here, Tony and Mike. Okay. And the police.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, and I feel the same way as she does. And I really want to thank these two angels that were there for us. I think that's what they are. And the police department and everybody, so I think they deserve this. So I give them thanks.
Thank you very much. We'll do Mike first. Come on up, Mike. And Officer Walsh, why don't you come on up? This is the officer who was summoned and came and assisted. And I want to identify other officers who may be working undercover who helped track down the other guy. So, Mike, this is a certificate of appreciation presented to you today in appreciation of your outstanding courage and valor, signed by myself and Mayor Jim Reitner. So, thanks very much.
Thank you very much.
We sure appreciate everything you've done for the department. So. Anthony, this is for you. Did your family bring you a camera? No camera? Well, it's a Kodak moment. It's a Kodak moment. But anyway, we have a certificate of appreciation presented to you, signed by myself and the mayor for your courageous action. We sure appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. So, I guess in closing, I'll just state that it's a small gesture of our appreciation for what you do for our city. And again, I recognize that you didn't have to do what you do, but you did. And we sure appreciate that. So, on behalf of a grateful department, we appreciate getting involved in two victims, and thanks for making Modesto a great place. So, thank you.
Okay, at this time, we'll open it up for questions. Does anybody have any questions for anybody that's up here today? All right. I would like to invite you to take a copy of the press release that was put out by our agency regarding this event. And that will be the conclusion of this press release. Thank you for attending.
Thanks, guys.